Okay, hello friends, welcome to BISP Solutions. Myself Ashwin, and BISP Solutions is a tech company and provide technological solutions across the world. Now this is our another video session in bootcamp. Now see, for the last so many sessions we have been learning about the PyTorch and about the prediction and about everything, right? So how it internally, how it thinks like a human. We have come across so many things. Now you are familiar with how PyTorch works and how the internal working is done. Now this PyTorch can be used for deciding the quality, for taking the decisions also. For example, in one of my bootcamp session, I have explained you that how the loan category, suppose we are having the transaction data of any company, right? Transaction data of any company, uh, and that data is having some historical data, how many the how people take loan and how many they have uh, paid the loan amount EMI, and how many they refused and how many are defaulted. So on the basis of that we apply the regression techniques, and that is the way we can predict. So that is a prediction method. Now here in this today's session I am going to explain you that how PyTorch is used to take the decision making, where we want to take decisions in decision making, how we can use this deep neural network, right? First of all, let's take a scenario. Let me open the scenario first. Look at this. This is a data in which we are having some criteria on the basis of which the quality of a product is decided. First, before going to that, I am giving you one example, right? Suppose there are two candidates in front of me. Both come for the interview. Now one person is good in technical skills, but he is not good in communication skills. Second candidate is good in communication skills, but he is not good in technical skills. The third candidate, he is good in conveying the messages, or what we say, he is good in bridging the gap between the higher level and lower level, or he is able to convince the technical person. So according to me, all three are important for the company. The one who is good in technical skills, he will be deployed on a project as a technical. The one who is good in communication, he can be presented in front of the client. And the third, which is good in not as good in communication, not as good in technical, but he is good in conveying exactly what the other person is saying, then he can be deployed in the middle, that how to get the work done, as he can work as a team leader. So there are three criteria which are all best for the company. So according to me, all three are perfect candidates. Similarly, here also I am giving you some example. Now see here, we are having some data of wine, right? Alcohol, right? A wine selling company, we are having the data of that. Now if you see, fixed acidity, volatile acidity, citric acidity, and residual sugar, chlorides, all these are the different criteria that decides the quality of a wine, right? If one quality is low, but if the other quality is high, in that case also that wine quality can be decided. So these are the different criteria. As I have just given you the example of interview process, the one who is good in technical but not good in communication, but still he can be used in a company. The one who is very good in communication but not knowing any technical knowledge, still he can be used in a company. One another person, he is good in his typing skills are good, so in that case all the documentation tasks can be done by him. That means there are different criteria. The one who fits in that criteria, he can be recruited. Same thing is here in an alcohol in a wine, right? In a wine brand, we can say there are different criteria, like how much percent of this residual sugar or the chlorides or all these things. These are the different criteria on the basis of which the quality of the wine is decided, right? Now on the basis of this we decide. So we are having the historical data, like there are total count 1600 rows, that means 1599, we can say 1599. The above is the header only. So we are having all these different values, right, criteria, on the basis of which the quality is decided. Now once we are having this data, now after applying this DNN, deep neural network, we will decide what is the quality of that particular wine, right? So since these qualities are decided by the owners and the wine sellers, right, or who are expert in alcohols, so they decided. But now in future, with the help of this deep neural network, we can decide the quality of the wine. Now once again, those who are joining this session for the very first time, for them let's have a quick recap. What is deep neural network? Just a second. The deep neural network is a type of artificial neural network. It characterizes by multiple layers of interconnected nodes to learn complex pattern of data, mimicking the human brain information processing. As I have been always explaining you in my previous sessions, relate everything to our daily life activities, right? Just like an interview example, we are having so many input data, and here there are n number of layers, right? So if the requirement is very complex, then I will filter out n number of criteria. I will evaluate the candidates on the n number of criteria, and then finally best of the best candidate will be selected. So these are called the neurons. In the back end of our mind, we also work in the same way, or we can say that the way we are working, same thing is explained in this deep neural network, because deep neural network working is inspired by our human brain only, right? So there are different types of layers. When one filtration process is finished, another layer of criteria will be applied. Now you can see here how deep neural network works. Input x1, x2. Now these are the scores. After that, activation function is used. Since it's a machine, so we have written some activation functions, right? Then after that, every time the scores and the activation functions and the hidden units, these are used, and finally with the help of final activation function, the outputs are generated, right? We will see in our example first. Now see here, training a DNN. Now how the training is done? Now take an example of our daily life also. We do so many activities, and after a certain pattern, after working somewhere for some days, you will see a certain pattern. For example, if I visited to my friend's home and daily I visit to him, but someday I see a calendar is hanging on the wall, and someday I don't see the calendar hanging on the wall. So after a certain time, then I will come to know that okay, on Monday, Wednesday and Friday he hangs that calendar there, and on the remaining days he does not hang. So after a certain day I will come to a conclusion. So that is called training of mind. I have seen the historical data, and then based on that I decided okay, this is the pattern here. Same thing is here. Training a DNN means steps to train the DNN using data. Create a neural network. Create a neural network layer. So layer, just hold on, just a second. Create a neural network layer. then randomly initialize weights and bases. Weights and bases means they are the connections, and on the basis of that they are the connectivity to the layers, right? Then pass inputs through the network to get output. This is the output layer, right, the Y. And then after that find out difference between actual output and the predicted output, whatever is the actual and whatever is the predicted. And since it's a iterative process, right, adjust the weights to minimize the difference between Y and Y. So we adjust them, and then the DNN based model is trained on given data, and in this way we train the data, right? So this is purely a technical, we don't need to go in that level, but here I am explaining you the process, that exactly how the data is trained. First of all, the inputs are given, then the layers are created, then we separate the dependent and independent variables, then we create the functions, we create the model, then we give inputs to that particular model, and then train test library function is used, and in this way we train the data. Okay, so now let's move ahead and let's see. Here you can see, now see how to check wine quality using DNN, deep neural network. Now first of all, there are so many criteria as I have shown you in my Excel sheet. First, in that you can see fixed acidity, volatile acidity, citric acidity, residual sugar, everything is there. So these are the inputs which are given to deep neural network. On the basis of these, you will see the deep neural network will predict whether the wine quality is best or not, right? Similarly, now just imagine in front of me, suppose here in place of fixed acidity, if it is written good communication, in second part it is written good technical, in technical percentage, communication percentage, right, out of 10, technical percentage out of 10, then we can say the soft skill out of 10, the documentation skills out of, just a second, documentation skills out of 10, everything. When all these criteria are given to me, on the basis of that I can evaluate a person, right? Just close your eyes and imagine that in place of fixed acidity, technical skills, technical percentage out of 10, communication percentage out of 10, documentation percentage out of 10, functional knowledge percentage out of 10, everything when it is given to me of for the 10 candidates, definitely I will predict the best out of that, right? Same thing is here. Now let's go to the practical part. So where is the practical part? Here is the practical part. See here, now in front of you I am going to create a new IPython file, that is interactive Python notebook. Okay, deciding the quality detection, quality check, right, and then rename it. Okay, now what I am going to do, first of all, we need for this our weapons are like libraries are, these are some libraries which are used, pandas as PD, right? Pandas are very well known library to read the CSV file, and many more cleaning and massaging techniques are there in pandas. Secondly, it's a torch library. Inside the torch neural network function, right, torch.nn, then you will see torch.optimization, matplotlib for plotting the data, sklearn.model.selection, that is import train test split, because that will be used, sklearn pre-processing, standard scaler, and the matrices. Okay, now I'm going to hit the enter button. Now we have to wait for 2-3 seconds. All the libraries are being pulled in here, and then we will start our working. So our next step will be first to read the CSV file, right? Okay, now let's come here. Here I will load the data. this data here. Now see here, you load the data set. Now I am loading the data and I just enter this. That means the data is correct. Suppose if I make it like this, look at this, the error comes. Now error is not coming, that means the data is correct. Okay, now our next step is like this. So what will be our next step? Our next step is put this dependent variable in y and independent variable in x. I have explained it already in my previous session, what is x and y. So I recommend you to watch that previous videos. X means having independent data and y means inside that y we will put the dependent data, and from x we will remove that particular dependent data. Okay, so if I put here x, here you will see y, right? Now what next? We will convert now. Here what we have done, convert wine quality into classes. Now there are some classes here, right? Class 0 to low quality, 3 to 5 that is class 1, medium, right? So in this way we have converted the quality into classes. Class 0 means low quality, 3 to 5 means class 1, medium quality means 6 to 7, class 2 means high quality 8 plus. So in this way we have decided the exactly the class, right? Then only we will come to know about the class of the wine. So now here you will see standardized feature, that is scalar, standard scalar, x scaled. So after that you will see here train test split. Now see, the standard practice of every whether it is a deep learning or a regression, first take the data, clean and massage the data, after that split that data, then tensors will be used. Right now we are at the splitting stage. Train test a split function. This train test a split function, x scaled, y scaled, test size is 2, that means 20% for testing and 80% for training. And random state equal to 42, that means the data should not shuffle. Now what will happen here, convert PyTorch into the tensors. Just a second. This is our standard practice. We will convert them all into the tensors. Now we have created a function here. Right now we have not put anything inside. Right now we have just created a function in which we have taken a wine quality MLP, that is the class name, and then hidden units, right? Then you will see here the activation function is relieve, right? And then you will see okay, this is the definition forward, and after that we will put this. Now model instance station, input dimension, that is hidden units, there are 128 units, right? Output dimension is 11 columns here, and we put everything here. Look at this, wine quality MLP, this is the function name, and we are putting everything here, right? So now we have put everything inside here. Now what will happen, we will check the loss function, right? Loss function and optimizer. So here we put the data. So what is this? We have calculated the loss function and the optimizer. Okay, now training parameters. So what are the training parameters? Look at this. First of all, we have to run the epochs. Number of epochs, they are 200. Batch size, they are 32. And the losses, it's an array. Right now the data is to be filled here. Then we will see here, step, we are one more step ahead. Okay, now data set is torch.utils data tensor data set, that is xtrain tensor and ytrain tensor, and data loader is data loader data set batch size here, right? So now just we need to run our training loop. Okay, so training loop is here. Okay, now look at this. Here is our training loop, right? So here training loop means exactly epochs in range. We have done 200 epochs, that means the 200 repetitions. After that we have executed the for loop. This is fully a standard procedure, so you just need to apply as it is, right? The epochs, the number of repetition, that you need to decide, right? Otherwise everything is already prefixed here, right? Now just wait till all the epochs running, right? It is still working. So we have taken 200. Now you can see here the loss is minimizing and the accuracy is increasing. Look at this. After every repetition, after every epochs, every repetition, you can see the loss is minimizing and accuracy is now increasing. One more loop is remaining, so we need to wait. Yeah, now it is final. Okay, now in this way we have optimized it. Now plotting the data. So what we are going to do here, plotting the data. Just wait here. See, for plotting the data we have used here, just one second. What we have done here, we have used the PLT library, that is the matplotlib library here, and with the help of this we are plotting the data. Now for this plotting the data, we have given here the data already, and then I am going to just run this. Now you can see here the accuracy is this, the loss is this. As I have already shown you that after every repetition, you will see after every repetition the loss is decreased and the accuracy is increased. Okay, so that is how it works, right? Now let's come here. Now the final step is we are now evaluating our model. So how much perfect is our model, right? So how much perfect is our model, that is we can run here like this. So that is 75% our model is perfect, right? So guys, this is how we have done. Now one more thing I would like to explain you first. See these DNN and everything that we have learned so far, you can apply it anywhere in your life. You can see there are so many things. For example, if you take any shopping mall data, in which we are having the historical data, like in the month of January, how many visitors visited on the shopping mall, and what type of what we say the offers are running in the at that time. Similarly, in the month of February, see in India, in every month there is one festival, right? So just hold on. Okay, so in India, if you see every month there is one festival. So on the basis of that, offers are also introduced to the customers. So if the shopping mall has given you the historical data that during January to November this much was the pattern of the customer, so the company, on the basis of that, the company decides, okay, what will be the best offer. So you can apply that deep neural network techniques on the number of what offer should be given. That is one criteria, that is one use case. How many customers will come this year, that is another use case. So in one data you can apply so many use cases in that, right? So again, let's have a quick recap. I will explain you one more time here. The target is to memorize it and understand exactly how it works, right? It works in different hidden layers, right? Every layer is internally connected with each other. Then we can see here, with the help of these so many criteria, we can decide. Same thing is here. First of all, what we need to do, we need to import all the libraries first. Then we need to read the CSV file. Then we need to split or separate the data into train and test, right? And then we will see the data first into x and y, right? First of all, we split the data into x and y, and after that we will put this all the status, right? Whatever the levels into classes, we convert them into classes, and then the fit to transform function, and then you will see here the train test split function. Later on, after training and testing, splitting the data into two parts, we will be having the tensors, right? We have to convert them into tensor. Then we will create one class here, right? And after that class we will instantiate the model, and inside that model we will put the data also, right? Okay, so now you will see, then we will decide the to train the data. So for that we need the historical data and some how many times of repetitions that you want to execute, that is another thing. Okay, after that we look at this. Before running the epochs, we have to convert the data into the data sets. Then we run the epochs, and after that we plot that data. Now this plotting of data, it clearly shows that how the accuracy increases after every repetition. That is what it is most important. Then we finally we check our model, right, whether it is working good or not. Here you can see it is showing 75% accuracy. So 75 accuracy, that means that is quite good enough. So in this way our this model is accurate. So guys, I recommend you and suggest you to take any Excel sheet for practice purpose, and then you put your criteria, right? You can put your own criteria, and then based on that you can run the DNN on that, deep neural network functions on that, and then you will see the results, right? So guys, practice it well and watch this video twice, thrice, so that you will have a good understanding of that. And if you don't understand anything, then you can, if you have any issue, right, so you can put it into the comment box. I will resolve them. Guys, this was all about the how to decide, how to take decision on a product, right? One more daily life example before concluding. Let me give you one more example. If a child is good in playing skills, right, playing, he is good in playing, then he is good in lifting heavy weight also, then but he is not good in academics studies. So on the basis of that, he can walk up to 5 kilometers non-stop. So on the basis of that, we can decide that really this person is useful. If you put him into the sports category, if you make his future career in sports, definitely he can do something better. So these are the examples on the basis of which historical data is taken and we apply the deep neural network techniques on it, right? So guys, I suggest you to take your own data and then apply all these functions on that, right? And if you face any difficulty, you can reach out to me. I will be happy to help you. Okay, so guys, this was all for today, and today we are going to we will close this session here, and tomorrow we will see some new topic. Till then, you please go through this video twice, thrice, and those who are new to this channel, so like and subscribe the channel. Okay, thank you guys.